This channel is a member of the Astral Stars, which means we have a zero-tolerance policy against the harassment of others. Anybody who violates that policy will be banned. For further information, please visit www.theastralstars.com.
Everyone, I'm Stephanie Pooch, and welcome to another edition of Astro Auto Repair. Can you dig it?
Alright guys and girls, welcome to another episode of Astral Auto Repairs. Can you dig it? Alright, check it out. Today we have a 2006 Buick Lucerne, and what I'm going to do is show you how to replace the right side outer tie rod. Left side is very similar, just that it's on the left side. But this is the right side. First thing you want to do is jack this car up and get it up on jack stands, and there's some more safety features that you have to go by. You have to check this out. Coming right up. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, first of all, this driveway is on an incline. That is not good when you're jacking the vehicle up. So the first thing you want to do is on the opposite. Now we're going to be working on the right side. So what you want to do is on the left side in the back, stick you a nice block of wood or chalk to stop that wheel from turning. That's number one. Number two, this is something you definitely got to do, guys. It's not maybe, you might have to, whatever. You gotta do it. Next thing, set your emergency brakes. Push that emergency brakes and lock those back wheels in from turning. Next, go around to this side. Jack up the right side, get you the poor man's creeper. Jack the vehicle up. Set your jack stand up under there. Make sure it's nice and secure. Then you lower your hydraulic jack onto the jack stand. And we're gonna leave our jack there as added security. Now, if we go over here, now the way you can know if your outer tie rod is bad is that you're going down the road at a certain speed, or sometimes any speed, the front wheel, the steering wheel starts to shake. Back up. When that steering wheel shakes, chances are good that either you're gonna have a bad tire or your outer or inner tie rod is bad. And you can see these tires are really good. Now, what you wanna do is grab one side of the tire and you shake it side to side, and you see if that tire will move. You hear that? It's actually moving. And I can look between there, and I don't know if you're going to be able to look between there. There's our tie rod right there. And you can see it moving as I shake the wheel. So let's get our air tools on so we can get this tire off. We'll be right back. Alright guys, the first thing we do is take off our tire. Now you're going to have 5 lugs holding on the tire, and these lugs are going to be 19mm or 3/4 inch. And I'm using a 19mm deep impact socket with a 1/2 inch drive, my air gun, and let's go ahead and take this tire off. We'll be right back. Alright guys, here's our outer tie rod right here. And now, I'm going to show you, now that I got the tire off, we're going to shake it and show you. Now watch here. What the heck happened up here? Watch the joint. This joint is already messed up and all the boots already messed up. So no grease was getting in. Now watch what happens when I shake it. See how the spindle will turn and that joint don't even move? So when you're going down the road at a certain speed, your tire's doing this. So that's the shake you're hearing. Alright, we need to get this off. Now I'm going to show you a nice little trick, guys, to show you, because usually you have to do an alignment when you take these off, but I'm going to show you a little trick. Check that out. Now, your new one is going to come with a new nut right here. And this nut stops it from turning, stops the inner tie rod from turning. Don't use the new nut. This one is good. It will not go, it's not bad, anything. It's good. Alright, so what you want to do here is first get you a 7/8 wrench. You want to put it up on there, and you want to go like you're tightening. See that? And you just loosen that nut up right there. So you loosen it up, bring it back till it just touches the tie rod. Leave it like that. The next thing you want to do is get you an 18mm deep impact, or it can be shallow. Get it deep, because see, you gotta, here's the outer tie rod nut right there. So we gotta get that off. That's an 18mm. So what I'm doing, using my 18mm deep, 1/2 inch drive, my air gun, go up there, take that nut right off. Done. Now, watch this. That thing still won't come out. So, the next thing you're going to need, guys, is a nice size hammer. Not a carpenter's hammer. Now, a carpenter's hammer might work, but you need something heavy duty.
Mallet.
Yeah, me mallet. And what you want to do is you want to hit the spindle right here at this point. Now, sometimes you'll miss and hit this or hit the threads, which are really messed up, and that will mess you up because they will definitely mess it up. But it doesn't matter on this one because we're going to be replacing it. So, but I've been doing this for so long, I get enough practice. I know to hit the spindle right there. You hit this hard enough, the method is called shock and awe. You shock this enough, that outer tire going to go, oh, and pop right out of there. Let's get our hammer. Just like that. Look at that joint. That's all messed up. All right, now we pull this to the side. And now remember, we got our nut right here. Do not touch that nut. What you want to do now is unscrew the outer tie rod and leave the nut in place until it comes completely off. Great. Look at that. That joint is bad. All right, let's go get our new one and we'll be right back. All right, guys, here we go. We got our new one here. And also what I want to show you, on the original ones, you see how there's nothing here? There's no way of putting grease in it, even if the boot was good. That's what they do from the manufacturer because it's cheaply, easily made. No way to put grease in them. All right, with our new one, here's our new one. The first thing we want to do is we're going to just match up the sizes, make sure both sizes are the same length. Great, they are. This one's got a boot on it, and it's got a castle nut. Now see this castle nut, see this one had a lock nut on it, which means there's a nylon insert in there, and it'll keep that nut from spinning off. This one don't have that, that's why I can keep doing this. But what it does have is a little hole in there, and then I put the nut on it, I make sure that lines up like that, and put a cotter pin in there to stop that from coming off. So the first thing we're going to do is take that off. Now, this one also comes with a washer and a new nut. You're not going to use that. You're going to leave the one right up there, so now we don't mess with our alignment. So now we're going to put this one on. Turn it counterclockwise, and we're going to keep on going till that stops right there. All right? We'll be right back. All right, guys, we're almost up to the nut. So now what I'm going to do is keep turning it, and look at that, guys. That lines up perfectly right there. Because, well, wait a minute. If I go another way, it won't go all the way. So I know right there is perfect. So the next thing I want to do here is take our boot, and this boot holds in the grease. Put the boot on, bring it over to our spindle. It goes down because you see how it's made right there? The shaft is made like this, concave. So and so is inside the spindle. So when you tighten it up, it makes it a nice tight fit. All right, so we get in there, push that down. We are looking good. Also notice that little hole up there. I'll show you what that means in a minute. The next thing we're gonna do is get our castle nut. And what you can't do, take the washer, put your washer on. And the reason why you're using a washer is because on our old one, see, it has a built-in washer to it. This one don't. So you got to use your washer, and there's a hole right there through the joint. So now we're going to put this on and get that tightened up. Break that up there. All right, let's get a socket and tighten that up. Be right back. All right, guys. Now what I'm going to do is get me an 18mm wrench. And I'm going to go here and I'm going to tighten this up till it's nice and tight. Then, now that I got it tight, now we got to make sure one of those inserts on the castle nut line up with the hole to go into there. And if we look right now, nope, it's a little bit off. I gotta actually tighten up a little bit more. You don't want to go loosening to line it up. Definitely tightening. Looks like I might have passed it. So it's okay. I'm not going to back up still. I'm going to still go forward. And you just keep on going till you get that lined up just like that. Once you get it lined up, get it in there, you take one end of the cotter pin and bend it down. Now stop it from coming out. And you take the other side and you can bend it up or something, get it out the way. Bam, that is done. The next thing you want to do, get your 7/8 wrench now. Go counterclockwise on the big nut in the back. And you want to tighten that up. Okay, that is great. Last but not least, they give you a grease fitting in there. That's what the hole is for. So you can put some grease in there. So what you want to do is go ahead and start that by hand. Okay, put that in there. Get yours. Now this one is a 7mm. Different kits might have different fittings up there. This one's a 7mm. I'm using a 7mm 1/4" drive deep. And I want to go in there. And guys, it's not really just as soon as it stops. Just a little bit more. But the whole thing turn in there. And that's it. Done. Not yet. Next thing you want to do is get you a nice little cheesy grease gun. I think it was like $13.99 at AutoZone. And for like $19, you can get the grease gun and it'll come with a few cartridges. And as you squeeze it, it's going to squeeze the grease right out of there. So what you want to do is hook that up, push that down, and you want to go ahead and keep on pushing grease in there. It needs a lot. Until you see grease come out the side. And if you look over here, on this side, wait,
On which side?
over here where my finger at, you can see the grease coming out. All right, once you see that, done. All right, guys, that is it. Let's get our tire
So
back.
they don't come with grease?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
They come with a little grease of putting it together. That's why the bag looks like this. A little bit of put together grease, but
I see.
nothing like that. We get all this out of here. This is done. This is done. All right, we'll be back. We're going to tighten this tire up, and I'm going to show you how to tighten up the tire. You're like, what do you mean? I'll show you when I come back. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we got our tire on. Now, to tighten this tire up, you got to be very careful. You got to follow procedure. Because what happens is a lot of times the corrosion gets built up on the inside of this rim, and if you tighten up the rim, like if you tighten up this tire, like going like this, you'll put this side on, but then that corrosion might stop this side from setting, and then the tire is crooked. So what you want to do here is go into a star pattern. You want to tighten up. First you want to bring in this one just to get the rim situated, set. Then you want to cross over to this side. Tighten it up. Go back over here, cross, tighten it up, skip one, tighten it up, skip one, tighten it up, skip one, tighten it up. Done. Shake the wheel. Look at that. That wheel is not even moving at all. That is done. Great job, guys. We'll be right back.
Alright, so that's how you replace an outer tie rod on a 2006 Buick Lucerne. So if you guys have any comments or questions, you can post it below in the comment section, or you can email Timmy at tim@astralautorepairs.com. Hope you paid attention. If not, watch it again. This is Sylvia from Astral Auto Repairs. If we can't repair it, nobody can. See you next time.